we live? Guys, we're here again. Yay, we're live on the Kelly Kitchen, and we have some awesome recipes for you tonight. Some keto, low-carb recipes that are quick and easy, and everybody loves in every family, and we are going to have some fun. So it's hotter than heck in here. Hi, Mindy. How are you? It's hotter than heck in here, and I don't know why I chose to make something in the oven, but I did. So, you know, just bear with me as I'm kind of getting through all this stuff. Let's get started. We're going to start with our keto taco casserole. It's a little bit different than my easy taco pie. There are no eggs in this, and it's not sort of a quiche thing. It's more of a casserole thing. Hi, Atsuko. And we're going to make my killer guacamole, which we may have made already before, but it bears repeating because it's so delicious, and then we eat it with pork rinds. I know some people don't like pork rinds, but don't be haters. You got to give it a try. And then we're going to make some keto strawberry banana popsicles. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Strawberry banana popsicles. They are keto. They are low carb. We do not use bananas in our strawberry banana popsicles. We use banana extract. So we will get busy on all of that. I hope you guys are well. I've got my oven heated at 350, and I'm going to heat up my skillet right now because we're going to get my ground beef going. I love this recipe because if I've got enough produce in the fridge, I always keep riced or pearled cauliflower in the freezer. You can use fresh cauliflower if you want. It's just a real pain in the neck to grate it, but not a big deal. You can use a box grater. It's super easy to do. Hi, from Texas. Good to see you. So I always keep the riced cauliflower in the freezer, and this is frozen right now. And then I always have ground beef in my freezer as well. Usually I butcher box ground beef, but I was using so much I ran out. So we're going to get the ground beef started. I always use a little bit of, I use the fattier ground beef. So this is an 85-15. You could use an 80-20, but I like to use it a little bit fattier. I'm not afraid of the fat because it's satiating, and it actually makes the whole thing sort of meld together a little bit better. But the other thing that I love about the higher fat ground beef is that it's usually a little cheaper because people they think they're still in that fat-free mode, and so they're trying to get the leanest ground beef possible. But we don't do that here. We don't do that. So I don't know if you guys remember my favorite tool. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $10. Somebody called it a smashola or smashula or a chopula. I just use it to smash up my ground beef. I've got my other pan right next to it going just on high heat, medium, high heat. Also, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. That was about a tablespoon. Hi, Vic. How are you? Yes, fat for the win. We love that. I'm doing half of the taco casserole recipe. You can find the full recipe on my website, thekellykitchen.com. It's called Keto Taco Casserole. Tonight I'm making a half recipe because I'm going to be traveling a little bit later this week. So we just don't need that much food, and I got to get through a lot of stuff that's already in my fridge already. So I've got some just chopped up yellow or white onion sauteing in my olive oil. I'm going to continue using my smashola, my smasher, whatever this is. I'm just going to smash up the ground beef and get it browned. I kind of thing. I mean, you certainly can just use a fork or a wooden spoon, but this kind of thing, this thing is kind of cool, and it really breaks up everything, the ground beef. And before, when I was prepping to get ready for you guys, I just took the stems off of my strawberries, and I used the smashola to really mash up my strawberries, because I want them to be juicy, but I want them to be like a little bit of a bigger bits for our popsicles, so that you can have bits of strawberry in your popsicles. Anyways, I used it for that, and I really, really like that. Let's get our cauliflower cooking in with that onion. This is a really sort of like, almost like a taco lasagna, because you're going to be doing layers. Oh, Michelle, do you love that smashola too? I think somebody said you do get it from Pampered Chef. This is the smashola. I just got it on Amazon.com. It was super easy. So, hi, Shelly from Texas. Lots of people from Texas. Yeehaw! My southern Texan friends. Okay, so we're just gonna mix up our cauliflower with our onion. We're really not doing too much to the cauliflower, because when we put the seasoned ground beef on top of it, all the flavor sort of melts down. I am going to add just a little bit of salt to taste. That's probably about 1/4 teaspoon. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but basically we are just cooking the cauliflower to soften it up a little bit. Because we're going to layer this stuff in our casserole dish, and then we're going to bake it in the oven. This is a really quick bake in the oven, so you can almost get all of this stuff ready and set it aside, and then when you're ready to have dinner, you can pop it in for like 10 minutes. And oh, another friend from Ohio. Nice to see you. Oh, another Texas. My goodness, I need to go visit Texas pretty soon. Well, I'm going to Pennsylvania this week. My daughter's moving into college. I'm really nervous. I haven't actually left this area in 5 or 6 months. So, and I've only seen her one time, so, for a very short period of time. So she is going off to college, and we're taking all the precautions, but I am going to get on a plane and start getting out into the world. I'm a little nervous, but we'll take all the precautions and do what we need to do. Okay, so our cauliflower is cooking up. It's all just the other part of cooking this cauliflower right now is that all the water that is coming off from the freezing it, and from all the water that is coming off from the frozen cauliflower, we are cooking that off right now, because we don't want our casserole runny. Our ground beef is almost fully cooked here, and I think, if there's too much fat in your skillet, then I want you to drain a little bit of that off. But this is the 1585 fat, so there's not too much fat on there. This is my own taco seasoning. I make it on my own. You can get packets of taco seasoning. They add a little bit of cornstarch. They would not be my first choice, but if that's all you have, then I'm completely fine with that. You would use 1 packet of seasoning for half of the recipe, so it's 2 packets of seasoning for the whole recipe. Tonight we're doing half the recipe, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my taco seasoning, and I'm going to add half a tablespoon of tomato paste. I like to get tomato paste in these tubes like this, because, oh, hi, Wendy. How are you? I like to get the tomato paste in the tubes like this as opposed to the can, because whenever I use the can, I use like 1 tablespoon, and then I have to stick the can in the refrigerator, and I don't want to do that. So I use this tube of tomato paste, and I'm going to do 1/2 of a tablespoon. And where's my water? And I'm going to do a half a cup, quarter of a cup of water. We're going to just give that a little bit of a gravy sort of liquid base. So we'll mix that around again with my Smashola. And then we're going to turn that down to a low simmer. We'll get that all mixed together. Okay, couple announcements. Got a lot going on here. Couple announcements. I did a video for Low Carb USA. Low Carb USA is this great organization that puts on a conference every year for medical professionals and for the public. And they asked me to do, most of it is medical stuff and learning about why we would go low carb or keto or how it works with our blood. But I'm sort of like the fun one, and I get to talk about how to set up your pantry. So I did an hour-long or 45-minute long video on how to set up your low-carb kitchen with all of the essentials that you might need for baking and cooking. And so that is going to be on the Low Carb Summit at the end of August. Now, here's the thing. There is a fee to go to the whole summit, but if you use my code, which is The Kelly Kitchen, you can get $30 off the summit. And it's a really great summit. You learn so much stuff, and I'll have links and stuff on the website and on my Instagram, and so you guys can check it out. And I'm sure that I will have, oh, I just burned myself. I'm sure that I'll have like cheat sheets and probably be able to see some of the video on how to set up your pantry for a success in keto and low carb. Okay, both of our pans are done here. We've got our cauliflower done, and we've got our ground beef done. Let me show you this ground beef because it has got sort of a yummy tomato sort of like taco-y thing, but it actually has got a little bit of a thickness to it. We are going to, again, I said, I'm using a smaller casserole dish. This is half the size. The normal size is a 9x13. This is just a smaller version of that. So I'm going to just pour all of my cauliflower right into the bottom of my casserole dish. Okay, easy peasy, right? Anybody can do that. Move this over here so you guys can see it. Then I'm going to take my ground beef and I'm going to put that right on top, and we will just spread this out. We're almost done. That's how fast this is, but it's not, we're going to do a couple other steps after it comes out of the oven to really pull this together. I'm super proud of the pictures on my website, and you'll see how pretty and colorful this is. Okay, so we've got our cauliflower layer. We've got our ground beef layer. The recipe calls for a cup of shredded cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. We're going to use half of this now and half of it later. So we'll just sprinkle just a very light layer right on top, and you just want the pieces to sort of melt together, because when this cooks, all of these pieces sort of like melt together, and then they hold together into like this casserole underneath. So there is this is going to go into the oven for like 10 or 12 minutes, and then we'll assemble the other part right after that. So I told you I've got my oven going at 350. If you need this to go even faster, crank it up to 375 and just do it for 7 minutes, because everything is already cooked on there. You're just melting all the things together. So now that our casserole's in there, let's get busy on our strawberry banana popsicles. Super yum. We're going to take cup of cream. Who doesn't love cream? I could drink this. So delish. Okay, so we've got a cup of cream. Nothing weird about that. I have a cup of mashed strawberries. Oh, thank you, Amy. You worked hard on those pictures. Yeah, they were fun. Okay, so I have fresh strawberries and I just mashed them up. I contemplated using frozen strawberries, but when I went to the store today, the frozen strawberries were actually more expensive than the organic strawberries. So I went with the real organic strawberries, but don't feel like you have to use fresh. You can use frozen also, but you're going to use a cup. I think that's what the recipe calls for. But we're using a cup tonight, and I like it chunky so that you can see the bits inside the popsicle when after it's frozen. We're also going to use a third of a cup of my Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. Again, this is a blend of monk fruit extract and erythritol. So it's granular just like sugar, and it's a 1-to-1 for real sugar. So if you're baking a cake or something that calls for real sugar and you want to use this Lakanto monk fruit classic, I wish I had the bag. I don't really keep the bag because I buy it in bulk, but it's a 1-to-1 mix. I'm sorry, 1-to-1 translation. So that's what I use. There's always lots of questions about the sweeteners that you can use. Someone made my chocolate chip skillet cookie, chocolate chip, yeah, that's what I called it, right? A skillet chocolate chip cookie. Someone made that last week and it was delicious, but she used allulose. And allulose is a wonderful low carb sweetener, but it does not bake the same. It doesn't harden. It's great for caramels and curds, and I use it in my pecan pie. But allulose is it's a softer sort of it's a softer, what you call it, when it's finished baking, it doesn't harden like erythritol does. So you just got to be a little bit careful. I'm just going to grab, I need a little bit of vanilla, which we'll put in after. I do have popsicle molds, and a lot of my pictures I use popsicle molds, but for the everyday person, if you do not have popsicle molds, this is what you do. Dixie cups. They can be paper, they can be wax, they can whatever, it doesn't matter. These are just 3-ounce Dixie cups. I get them online, I get them at CVS, I get them by the 100, and I actually prefer to make them in this. They're easier to store, they're easier to get out of the, because you just tear the paper off. Stevia, someone just asked a question about stevia. Stevia is a great low carb sweetener. It's an all natural, but it's an extract. So when you think of extract, think of vanilla. You just use a teeny tiny bit for a burst of flavor. That's what stevia extract and monk fruit extract are. So when you're looking at packages of sweeteners, look what they blend it with, because sometimes they blend it with erythritol, sometimes they blend it with allulose, sometimes they blend it with xylitol, but pure stevia extract comes in either drops or little tiny powder, and it's very, very, very concentrated and very sweet. So I hope that answers your question. So Dixie cups and popsicle sticks. You can get these at CVS, you can get these at craft stores. If you don't have popsicle sticks, don't despair. You can use just plastic spoons. Plastic spoons work perfectly. You put the spoon side up. I don't want to put that in there, but you would put the spoon side up in your cup because, you know, if you don't have these, you need something to hold your popsicle. So anyways, that is what we're going to use. So our mixture is nice and melded together. The sugars have melted. The strawberries are nice and mixed in there. I have a cup of cold, unsweetened almond milk. And you notice I put this in a, oh, hi, Marie. How are you? I put this in a pourable spout. This is so that I can get it from here into my popsicle molds. You need something that's pourable so that you can transfer the stuff. So I'm going to take my strawberry mixture and I'm going to pour that right into my almond milk with the sweetener in it. Now, here's the little trick. So obviously we don't use bananas because one banana can have 30 carbs in it. I know. I love bananas and I love the flavor of them. I just don't like all that sugar. So this is an industrial sized bottle of banana extract, and you just need 2 teaspoons of banana extract. You can use this in, I have banana chocolate chip muffins, but it gives the banana flavor without the sugar and the carbs. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of banana extract. Add more if you want more banana flavor. Go ahead and taste it. As you guys may or may not know, I am following the 30 Strong Challenge, which is no sweets, not even keto sweets, for 30 days. I'm 15 days in, and if you want to learn more about that challenge, it's I think it's life-changing. It's free. It's something to hold you accountable, and it's fun. It's something you can do in the privacy of your own home and at your own pace and all that sort of stuff. The last step on my popsicles, and if you don't have xanthan gum, you can skip this, although I highly, highly, highly recommend xanthan gum. You just need a little tiny bit. Yay! Amy's been doing the challenge with me! Woo! 11 days, Amy. Awesome. I'm not kidding you. Life-changing. It's so awesome, and I love holding myself accountable. Just with, I've got it taped up on my fridge. For those of you that don't know what it is, this is the 30 Strong Challenge, and you can message me or ask me about it. I'll fill you in. It's really wonderful. Yeah. So xanthan gum, you're going to add 1/4 teaspoon. Where's my? I lost my. Oh, there it is. I lost my measuring thing. So xanthan gum, you just need a little bit, and this gives your popsicles a little bit of a chew. It takes away a little bit of the iciness. So I'm just going to use 1/4 teaspoon. Do not think that more is better. Do not think that more is better. Someone just texted me. They just made a cake that I told them, a keto cake, and she just goes, "Holy sweetness!" So funny. Okay, so 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and then you're going to whisk that in. And again, that gives it a little bit of a creaminess. Sometimes you'll notice that people, in some of these keto recipes, they'll add like a splash of vodka or a splash of tequila, which alcohol does not freeze. So it's kind of an interesting way to cut the iciness of the thing. But if you have kids eating these, which most of the time you do, you don't want to put alcohol in there. You guys, you forgot to remind me to set the timer on the casserole. It's been about 10 minutes, I think. Let's take a look. Woo! We don't want to burn this thing. But it's perfect. Okay. I always love when the buzzer goes off. It's always like a surprise. Okay, we're going to get to this in just a second. Doesn't that look good? We're going to finish our popsicles right now. We've got our Dixie cups here. We've got our full mixture here. And unfortunately, I'm not tasting it. I'll fill you in on the challenge a little bit later. After I get off camera, I'll write to you or something. Or okay, so here we go. I'm just going to fill up each one of my Dixie cups. Little trick about holding the popsicle stick straight up is that you're going to cover the tray of cups with tin foil. You'll cover them with tin foil very lightly, and then you'll do a little slit right in the top of each of the cups. And then you can just slide the popsicle stick right inside of there. Or if you're using spoons, little plastic spoons, you could slide the handle end of the spoon right inside the, ooh, I think I made a little bit extra, or maybe I had a little bit extra strawberries because I have a little bit extra here. That's okay. I keep popsicles in my fridge, like several flavors. Right now in my refrigerator, I have chocolate banana, chocolate mint, strawberry cheesecake, and peanut butter and chocolate. Peanut butter and chocolate is a favorite. So I keep those in my fridge. I don't have an issue with eating them all the time. I know some people can't keep the sweets in their freezer, but they're really great to have, especially in this hot season. And the thing that I love about them is that they're maybe only 3 carbs each, but they take about 5 to 7 minutes to actually eat an entire dessert. So I just have to find I know I had some extra cups. Oh, here they are. I want to make sure that I use all of my mixture. And then we're going to get started on our guacamole. There's one. And there's the last one. Yay. Okay, I'm not going to put the popsicle sticks in right now. The other option for popsicle sticks is you put your tray of popsicles. Oh God, I hope I don't drop this. My boyfriend's daring me to eat a popsicle. I'm not going to eat a popsicle. So I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I'm going to let this sit in there for about half an hour to 45 minutes. And when it starts to get nice and slushy, then I will put I'll put the popsicle sticks in, and they will stay up straight. But you got to remember to put the popsicle sticks in after 30 minutes when it starts to get slushy, because you could be in real trouble if you forget. Can you even imagine if you forgot to put the popsicle sticks in? That would be a bummer. I'm going to tell you all about you can find the 30-day challenge on my Instagram. Just go to the link in my bio. You can go to my website, thekellykitchen.com, and go to the shop button. It's totally free, but if you go to the shop button and you go to the guides and ebooks, it's there with a bunch of other things that you can sort of look into if you wanted to. Okay, let me get started. Let me get started on my guacamole, and then we're going to finish putting this casserole together. So this guacamole we could all eat by the spoonful because it is so delicious. It comes together really easily. I have red onion, cilantro, tomato, jalapeno chopped, and here's what I do. I just cut my avocado, and I just use my spoon to kind of break it up inside the peel, and then I'm just gonna scoop it right inside of there. The secret ingredient for my guacamole is plain white vinegar. You can use lime, you can use lemon, but this is just a regular distilled white vinegar. I think I got a jug for like $1. Super easy. And it gives it a nice tang, and it helps with the browning. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna pull our guacamole together. I like to serve this with, obviously with this casserole, but I also like to serve it, I also like to eat it with pork rinds. It's a nice crunch, and if you don't like the taste of pork rinds, just know that the guacamole fully masks the taste of the pork rinds. So it's hard to find pork rinds in the supermarket, so I'm on like a mission to get them to better stock the shelves, because it's full of potato chips and pretzels, and then like one little section with pork rinds. Okay, so this is about a half a cup of chopped red onion. I finely dice it. I've got 2 very large, very beautiful, ripe avocados. I've got a half a cup of diced tomato. You can add more or less. Some people do not like cilantro. I'll still be your friend. But I put cilantro in everything, but I do know that some people have like this thing about cilantro. So don't feel like you have to add it. It does add a really nice flavor. But I also have a third of a cup of chopped jalapeno. I take all the seeds out, so it does still have a little bit of a kick, but it's not too spicy. And then again, there's my chopped cilantro. Yummy, yummy. And here is my, this is about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. It kind of depends how big your avocados are and how much guacamole you are making. Cannot forget a little salt. I'm going to put, this is 2 very large avocados, so I'm going to put a half of a teaspoon of coarse salt, and I'm going to do a couple cracks of fresh pepper. We'll put that on there, and then we are going to mix and mash all together. If my mashola was clean, I probably need to get another one of those things because I just use it all the time. But you know, I have a tiny kitchen, and I'm just cooking for you guys and my Peter. So you mix and mash this together. You can leave this as chunky or as mashed as you like. I like it a little bit more mashed than chunky, but I still like to have some of the chunks of the guacamole in here, so that when now this guacamole is fully on the challenge, and I will be fully enjoying all of this with, where's my pork rinds? We like this brand, but it's called Baconette. It's by Frito-Lay. It's nothing special, but this is a winner. We love this so much. And we're gonna put this right here. Let's finish up our taco casserole. Okay, I was a little slow on getting my lettuce chopped. I washed it, but here's all my other stuff. I have got red onion, tomato, cilantro. Some people don't like this stuff. Some people do want this stuff. I also have a can of black olives. Don't forget those. They add nice fat. They add like nice texture. Oh, I have to get, somebody just said that Costco has great pork rinds. I need to make a trip to Costco then, because I can never find them anywhere. I always keep black olives and green olives in my cupboard. They are a staple. If somebody doesn't like different things, you can do half of the casserole with your stuff with the whatever people like or don't like. If the kids don't like spicy stuff, you can, just gonna clean up my area here. I'm gonna chop this romaine lettuce. You guys, we're almost done. Do you see how fast this is? I mean, my goodness, we have dinner on the table. I like to shred. Sorry, let me finish my statement. We'll have dinner on the table in half an hour. So fast. And I tell you, if you can get through all of the chopping of the vegetables quickly and actually chop double so that you can use half for now and half for later. So I'm just going to layer the lettuce. This is a half of a head of romaine lettuce right on top. Can you see that? Yes. I'm going to do, this is a quarter of a cup of chopped red onions. We love, love, love red onion. They give a nice flavor. Right over top here. Oh my God, I totally forgot something. Shoot. Okay, we're improvising here. Go with me. Okay, we're eating this. My hands are clean, so this is an integral part, and I was not focused, so I screwed up. I'm gonna pull the lettuce right off. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, I'm pulling the lettuce off. We'll put it back on in a second. This is an integral part. You're gonna take like I'm such a knucklehead. Okay, everybody, share that with everyone how silly I am. Okay, you're gonna take your sour cream, and you are going to just smear sour cream, a full layer right on top. I'm such a knucklehead. Oh my gosh, you guys. There you are. That's the Kelly Kitchen. I forget these things. It's just me. It's just me here. I have no crew. I'm scrambling around. There you go. There is our casserole. See, I put the sour cream, a full layer on. Okay, now we're going to put the lettuce back on top. Shh, don't tell anybody. Just smear that right all out. Don't tell anybody. Okay, now it's time for the tomatoes and the cilantro. I'm not going to add jalapenos to this, but I am going to add our olives, and I'm going to let them drain a little bit here. So I have my black olives. Still looks amazing. Thanks, Jen. I'm a little silly. Okay, so one comment that I want to make about storing the leftovers is that the lettuce on top, there is not so much of it. So you can store this in the fridge and the lettuce does not get too wilted. And if you're going to eat it the next night, then you're golden for having this as leftovers. I thought that the lettuce would get a little soggy, and it doesn't. So you're going to take the other half of the shredded cheese, and we're going to sprinkle that right there on top. And there is our taco casserole. How good does that look? I'm gonna put some in a bowl, and we're gonna taste some of it because so good. And then we're gonna taste our guacamole, and then it will be dinner time. So we're just gonna scoop out some of our taco casserole. Beautiful. And let's have a taste. Shh. Peter, don't tell Peter. Oh, good stuff. Okay. Shoot me questions if you have shoot me questions if you want to know about the 30-day challenge. Shoot me questions about any of the recipes. I love that you guys come and see me. This gives me so much joy to be able to share and help. And you can go to thekellykitchen.com for most of my recipes. Thank you so much. Please like and share and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. It really helps get the word out, and it helps me share more stuff with you guys. So again, thank you for joining me at the Kelly Kitchen, Kelly with an IE, and I will see you next week.